You know, it really sucks sometimes when I have to add a title to these videos because maybe I want to use these 15-second intros to surprise you guys with what I'm working on. You know, like casually pan the camera over to reveal part of the build. But I can't do that if I want this video to have any kind of views, so the surprise is ruined before it even starts. But I'm here at the castle, finally doing a build. You already know this big whoop. Let's get it started. Alright, real fast, I got something I want to say. It's really important. Do you guys remember like 6 months ago I made this video where I was like, oh, I'm going to build the castle. It's going to be great. It's going to be a Brotherhood of Steel build. I can't wait to see it. What do you guys think? It's going to be swell. And then I immediately spent 5 months building a vault instead. Yeah, that was my bad. I tried building the Brotherhood castle thing and it just wasn't working. Like the Brotherhood textures with the castle looked weird, the overall structures looked weird, the inside looked weird. It was just weird, and not like the good kind of weird. But I know I said that I was going to do it, and I know that I blue-balled some of you guys. Probably not the best phrasing, but regardless, I felt bad, so I wanted to mention it. I get so many people asking me to either build at the castle or build a raider settlement. Both of those I haven't done before, so I figured that I would 2 birds, 1 stone this bitch and do a raider castle build. Okay, that was the good news. The bad news is that I am not anywhere close to being done, but I at least wanted to show you guys that I am working on it and that I do have like a solid idea. I have the whole picture in my head and it's just coming together. So this is the entrance. This is the main thing that I've done, and I'm going to add so much more to it as I keep going. But again, I just wanted to show you guys that I am working on it and kind of go over the whole plan that I have for it. So this is going to be like, it's not going to be a raider camp, okay? This is going to be like Raider Diamond City, but on a smaller scale. So it's going to be more put together. It's not going to be like just a bunch of shacks and just crap all over the place. It's actually going to be civilized. I'm having a really hard time explaining before I open this door. I just want to show you this door. Look at the door. I love it. I mean, how can you not? It's just so unnecessary. And then I have another door here because why not? Why not have 2 doors just in case? Oh, this save was the only one that didn't have the Mirelurk shit all over the place, but the Minutemen are here. I don't know which one's worse. So just ignore them for this video. The raiders are going to come in and clean them out. They're supposed to be leaving as it is. Yeah, you're supposed to be leaving, Ronnie.
Aw, what's smart mouth, eh?
Look, I told you, you're ruining the theme.
I could kick your butt, princess.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh wait, I wanted to show you guys this. So outside, I have this little spot that says traders, which pretty much symbolizes that they don't welcome traders. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. And on the inside, I have the same exact setup, but it says traders, right? Because, yeah, I showed my wife. She didn't laugh either, but I thought it was funny. And then I tried explaining to her what I was doing. A quick lesson for the kids at home. Don't ever explain why your jokes are funny. Trust me, you still won't get a laugh. So the entrance is coming along pretty solid. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what all I'm going to do. I know this is going to be a guard post and another one right here. But I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do on the other levels. And this part is probably my favorite section. It's kind of like an overlook for... Oh, well, can't get in that way. You can tell I didn't test this before shooting the video. Maybe if I crouch. This is embarrassing. Well, shit. I built this in the creation kit, so I haven't tested walking in there, and apparently it doesn't work. But that's going to be the kind of like the overboss. That's where he gives announcements or speeches or just something to like rile up the other raiders, you know? And that's kind of the idea. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. I just wanted something hanging right there. I had this idea whenever I was doing the container world settlement, and it just didn't really work out, so I brought it into this one. And see, like in here, I don't know what I'm going to do with this whole area. I know I'm going to close it off, but I don't know what this area is going to be. Is it going to be like living area or no, probably not. I don't know, like the town hall area for the Raider town hall. I guess. I don't know. It's going to be something. I'm trying to figure out what it is. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I'll give you a shout out if I use it. So I'll go over the entire, well, the idea that I have so far. So I'm going to put walkways on top of these industrial frames, and they're going to connect to each side of the wall. And those frames are outlining the path that is already on the ground. I just needed something to kind of section off different parts of this open space in the castle. Because, you know, if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say this, but it's easier to decorate and design things if you give yourself corners to work with. Like, I have a really hard time looking at a wide open space and going, okay, this is going to go there, that's going to go here. You know, I just need stuff like this to help me see how much space I have to put everything. But anyways, out here is going to be like a market, which I realize doesn't make sense because they don't welcome traders, but I'll deal with that later. Okay, I had to stop flying around. So in here is going to be their living area for the most part. I'm going to have a few other things, like maybe like their medic and stuff like that. I'm not talking to you. But stuff like that, you know, this is the most protective part of the castle, so this is where they're going to live and have all of their important areas. And that's a good transition to this part, because here, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to rebuild this wall. Instead, I'm going to put in a smaller gate, kind of like the main entrance, but not as obnoxious. And it's going to have a small walkway that leads out to like a decent-sized fishing community, you know, that sits on top of this pond. Like, it's going to be a bunch of rundown shacks, wooden walkways, and like fish farms, you know, because, well, it's the castle, and I wanted to bring in some sort of medieval vibe where the higher class raiders live protected in the castle, and the lower class, you know, the peasants, they live out here in poverty. It's kind of screwed up, but, you know, it's the raiders we're talking about here. And I'm not going to fill up this entire pond with rundown shacks, you know, it's just going to be like a small section closer to the castle, because otherwise they can just revolt and storm the castle and take over. But that's the general idea I have for it. I know how I want the structures to look, and I know it looks kind of silly right now without having everything else built on top of it, but it's going to look cool, I promise you. To be honest, I haven't seen a castle build that I thought was just amazing, you know, and it's not saying that that person did a bad job or the people that I've seen did a bad job. I just think it's weird. It's a weird structure. It's hard to come up with something here and complement it without taking away from this crazy design that is the castle. And it's not just like other people, you know, every time I've tried to build here myself, I always thought that it just looked dumb. It just didn't make any sense. It didn't go well with it. Like, I hate having big buildings or like barns on top of these walls. It just doesn't look good. And like, I saw someone build a wall on top of the wall. Like, why would you put a wall on top of the wall? It just doesn't make sense. And it's nothing against them. It's just this settlement by itself. I blame the settlement because it's difficult. And like these walls, I'm not going to fix them up, even though I've done videos on how to do that and use some incredible mods that make it work like perfectly for you. I just don't think it's going to work well with the lore of this build. Like, how would raiders fix that up perfectly, you know? So I'm going to leave it how it is. I'm going to try to build around it and try to make it look as good as I can. Like, windmills, I think, are totally fine to have on top of the walls because they make sense. It's like, this is where they get their power from. It's a good source of wind, so I'm going to build around it. I might add in some more right there, even though I think they're turning the wrong way, so I got to fix that. But yeah, I know I'm just shitting all over the castle, and I'm sure there are some really good builds out there. Or the ones I saw actually were really, really good, and I was just bitter about mine failing each time I tried to build here. But I am excited for this build. I really hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I can't wait to show you the rest of it.